Hey guys, so today we're going to make a little nerd craft. We're going to make a little baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. We just saw the movie in theaters and I'm a little late to the party, but it was still awesome. And I want to do a little something to celebrate that. And yeah, here we go. We'll take a look at them. Alright guys, so here's the things we need for the project. A pot to plant them in, some clay to make them out of, some floral foam, stick in the pot, give them a good base. Some wire and knife and cold beverage and yeah, now everything I got here basically from the dollar store, except for the wire. They do have wire there, but I had this left over from like a million other projects ago. So additional materials: clear coat sealer, an airbrush kit, acrylic paint in brown, black, and tan, paintbrush, and wire snips. So we want to shape the foam so it fits down into the pot. We can see that it's concaves down, angles down. So we want to kind of shave the foam so that it matches in that and sits in there nicely. I was testing earlier, so we're going to end up with a shape that's kind of like this. Everybody can see it. And that's what we're going to go for. Let's see here. So we're going to take the knife, bring it up. Be careful when you're using knives, of course, guys, because you can always cut yourself. And a sharp knife is better than a dull knife. So we're going to kind of line it up here and shave a little down at a time. Remember, little bits at a time are good. You can always take more off after. You can't put it back. Well, it's a lot harder. Test fit. And it's still a little wide. So now we want to go ahead and create the skeleton that we're going to mold the clay on top of. So the first thing I did was cut a length of the copper wire about 24 inches long and folded it in half to make a 12-inch long body for him. We're going to stick about 4 inches of that down into the center of the floral foam to give him a good base, and that'll leave roughly 8 inches standing up, which is a good height for him. And then the next part, to make the arms, I took about a 7-inch length of wire, and I wrapped it around about 2 inches down the body, and crimped it onto the frame with a pair of pliers to keep it in place.
So next up is to start adding the clay and sculpting the body. I looked online for a few reference photos, similar to what's in the bottom left of the screen now, to help me decide how the basic shape was going to look. Now the clay I'm using is self-drying, so I have a fair amount of time to work with it. Always check the directions on the clay that you purchase for specific working times. So I started at the bottom, at the base, and worked my way up, just adding clay and referencing the photos that I had to get the basic shape of them. Unfortunately, my camera decided to die on me here, and I didn't capture the entire process. So the parts that are missing for his hair and for the vines that are wrapped around him, I just took some of the clay and rolled it into little snakes. And using a little bit of water, I was able to adhere it around, and then when it was done, I left them to dry.
Okay, so he's dry. He's been sitting for about a day or so, and we're gonna paint him up. I'm gonna use an airbrush to try and get in all the cracks and crevices. Of course, you can just paint him with a brush, and I'm sure he'll turn out just for the base coat here just as well. So let's give this a try. I've covered up the pot with some newspaper just so I don't get any paint on it because I'm gonna be spraying. And here we go. Okay, so I got them all sprayed up black here, and I'm gonna add in the brown. And we'll see. I'm gonna do this part by brush, that way I can be a little more accurate and not repaint his eyes twice.
Alright guys, we're on the home stretch here. So the final thing to do here is give them a clear coat and seal all the paint in. I'm using a product from Rust-Oleum here, clear coat in a matte finish. And you just want to spray it on in light passes. You want to make multiple coats. I did 3 or 4. And then after that, we're just going to take some moss that I also picked up from the dollar store as well, and put it around the base to hide the overspray in the pot and the floral foam, which obviously doesn't look as good as the rest of the product. So he's all done. I hope Rocket would approve, and that's everything, guys. So like, comment, subscribe, and there'll be more to come in the future. Thanks for watching.